Hello again, I'm James Taylor, the author of Jazz and Improvised Piano, and in the next few videos we're going to go through a piece called Sugar. We're going to go through an improvisation based on the piece, and I'm going to follow roughly the sort of format that I've used over the last two pieces, you know, the Autumn Leaves and Summertime. So first of all, I'm going to show you the chords, and then I'm going to show you a bit of a walking bass, and then I'm going to get you improvising over the top of it. Right, okay, so first of all then, we'll go through the chords. Again, as for the Summertime video, I'll show you the chords for the piece first of all, and then we'll just go on to explore the same chords in different keys. So here we go, first of all. The first chord for the piece is going to be C minor. In 7-9-3-5. So for this we can find a C minor triad. There we go. And this is 3 steps between the bottom 2 notes, 4 between the top 2. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this provides 1, 3, and 5. Now we're going to use a 7-9-3-5 voicing here. So we replace the 1 with 7 and 9, which are 2 steps each side. 2 steps below the C gives us our 7th. 2 steps above the C gives us our 9th. We can do this because, of course, the left hand will play the C for us, so we have got the root. The left hand's playing the root, but the right hand has got a 7-9-3-5. So again, C minor triad first of all, providing 1, 3, and 5. Replace the 1 with 7 and 9, which we're doing because the 1 is played in the left hand anyway. So we've got 7, 9, 3, 5. That's the first chord. Now the second chord will be a sort of A minor 7 flat 5 type chord, but we're going to cheat a little bit. We're going to put a 4th here rather than a 3rd, just to make things a bit easier for ourselves. So we're just going to play this chord here. So it's the same as a C minor chord, we just dropped our thumb down. Okay, I shall go into this chord in much detail at this point. Anyway, okay, so there's our C minor chord, 7-9-3-5. I'm just dropping the thumb to get to the A minor chord. Now, the third chord is a D minor chord, D minor 7 flat 5 rather, in a 3 flat 5 7 9 voicing. So if you find the D minor triad down here, again 3 steps between those 2 and 4, between the top 2 notes, this provides us, well, we don't need the 1 because the left hand's playing the roots for us, so that leaves us with 3 and 5. We can put 7 and 9 on top here. Relative to the upper D, we want 2 steps below it, which gives us our 7. 2 steps above the D gives us our 9. So this is our 3, 5, 7, 9 voicing for D minor. Now, of course, we want a flat 5. So this is 3, 5. This is our 5, so we're going to flatten this that way. So we've got 3, flat 5, 7, 9. This is our D minor 7 flat 5 in a 3, flat 5, 7, 9 voicing. This is our third chord. So the chords that we've got so far are C minor, A minor, and this D minor chord here. Now the next chord is a chord that we've seen before. We found it in A when we did Summertime. For this now, this is a G chord, a G7 chord rather, with a sharpened 9th and a sharpened 5th. If we find the G major triad, for the G7 chord, we replace the G with a note 2 steps below, that's our 7th, and 2 steps above it gives us our 9th. Notice that the 9 is the same as the 2, so we've got 7, 9, 3, 5. Okay, this is 7-9-3-5, so this is our 9 and this is our 5. Both the 9 and the 5 are raised, they are sharpened. So this goes up to there, sharpened, and this 5th goes up here. So the 9th has been sharpened and the 5th has been sharpened, which takes us there. So we got this so far, C minor, A minor 7 flat 5, go to D minor 7 flat 5, going to the G7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Okay, so that takes you through the first 2 lines. And of course the third line starts with a C minor chord. Now then, when you're playing a bass for this, you can just play a single root initially. as I say, in the next video I will show you a walking bass. But just play for the C chord, just put C, because it's half a bar and each bar is 4 beats, we can put 2 beats of C in the left hand. And similarly for the A, it's just off the edge of the screen here I'm afraid, but I can play 2 A's, then the D minor 7 flat 5, then for the G as well. So we do that for each chord which is worth half a bar. So the first line will be this. And the second line now, we've got 2 full bars of C. So a chord in the right hand for each bar and 4 beats in the left hand for each bar. And then a whole bar of D minor 7 flat 5. So that's the first two lines now. Now then, the third line is very exciting because we've got some very interesting chords. The first chord is C minor again. Now the second chord is an F-sharp 7 chord. We can play this in a 7-9-3-6 voicing. That's 7-9-3-6. So for this one then, we started with the F-sharp major triad, which is here. Okay, and we then replace the F-sharp with 7 and 9, 2 steps each side. So this is the F-sharp major triad, 1, 3 and 5. Replacing the F-sharp with 7, which is down 2 steps, and 9, which is up 2 steps. So that's a 7-9-3-5 for the F-sharp. Now then, we're going to replace the 5 with a 6, which is 2 steps higher. So that's the chord we're looking for. So again, F-sharp major triad, turn it into a 7-9-3-5 voicing, and then replace the 5 with a 6. So that's the chord that we're using here. Right. Now then, I'll just quickly let you on to the fact that the last chord is the same type of chord. So the last chord is an A-flat chord. In the same voicing. There's the A-flat major chord, A-flat major triad rather. Replace the A-flat with 7, which is down 2 steps, and the 9, which is up 2 steps, and lastly replace the 5 with the 6, which is up 2 steps. So that's the chord we want at the end of the piece. Anyway, back to the F-sharp again. There's the F-sharp major triad, and then replace the F-sharp with 7 and 9, replace the 5 with a 6, which is there. Right, okay, so the start of this third line, you've got a C minor chord, then you've got this wacky F-sharp 7 chord, then it goes to the F minor chord in 7-9-3-5. This is this voicing here, so there's your F minor chord, straight F minor chord. Now this is going into a 7-9-3-5, so replace the F with a note 2 steps below and 2 steps above to give 7 and 9, 7, 9, 3, 5. Notice that the top 2 notes of the triad stay the same. These are the same, but the F is replaced with 2 steps below and 2 above. So, right, well, we're very nearly there now. So this line starts off C minor in 7-9-3-5, F sharp in 7-9-3-6, the F minor in 7-9-3-5. Now the next chord is an E flat chord. And this we're going to do in 3-6-7-9. If you find an E-flat major triad here, again we don't need 1 because the left hand's going to play that for us, which gives us 3 and 5. And again, relative to the E-flat on top here, we want 7, which is down 2 steps, and 9, which is up 2 steps above that E-flat. So we've got here 3, 5, 7 and 9. We're going to replace the 5 with a 6. The 6 is up 2 steps from the 5. 3, 5. So if we go up 2 steps from the B flat, 1, 2, that gives us this nice scrunchy chord here. Notice that these notes are actually the same notes that you found in Summertime when you did the A7 chord with the sharp 9, sharp 5. That's because of the tritone substitution, but that's another story. Anyway, so this is the E flat chord in 3, 6, 7, 9. We found the E flat major triad. We let go of the 1, leaving us 3 and 5. From the top E flat, we came down 2 steps to find 7 and up 2 steps to find 9. And then we replaced the 5 with the 6, which is 2 steps above it. Notice that the 6 is tucked in just below the 5 here. Right, okay, so this line here we got the C minor, the F sharp chord, the F minor chord, and then the E flat chord. Now the final line is this D minor 7 flat 5 chord again, going to the G chord, this is the G7 sharp 9 sharp 5 chord, going to the A flat chord, which is that chord. Okay, just to remind you, we find this is the A flat 7 in 7, 9, 3, 6 voicing. So find the A flat major triad, which provides 1, 3 and 5, replace the 1 with 7, which is down 2 steps, and 9, which is up 2 steps. And this is our 7, 9, 3, 5 for A flat, and finally replace the 5 with a 6, which takes us here. So the E flat is 5, we go up 2 steps to find the 6, which is there. And this is our chord for the A flat 7 chord, 7, 9, 3, 6. And the piece finishes there. So this second half then, we've got the C minor chord, the F sharp chord, F sharp 7 in 7, 9, 3, 6, then the F minor chord in 7, 9, 3, 5, the E flat chord in 3, 6, 7, 9, then the D minor 7 chord flat 5 that we found earlier on, and the G7 chord with the sharp 9 and the sharp 5th that we found earlier on, and finally the A flat chord there. Right, so each of these chords is a bar long, except you've got 2 bars of the A flat at the end. So if I just show you how this fits together with the left hand, right, okay. I'm afraid you can't see all the chords in my right hand. I'm going to play the left hand up an octave too so you can see what's actually happening. So 4 C's here, then the F sharp chord, the F minor chord, the E flat chord, D minor 7 flat 5, G7 sharp 9 sharp 5, A flat, and another bar of A flat. So again, I'm putting all the chords underneath this video in the text. So from the beginning, the second half. The second half starts with the C minor chord, F sharp, F minor, E flat, D minor 7 flat 5, and then the G7 sharp 5, and then 2 bars of A flat 7. Yes, sorry. When I'm playing, the E flat, of course, was an E flat 7 chord, and the F sharp is the F sharp 7 chord in 7, 9, 3, 6, of course. Right, okay, so let's find these chords in some more keys then. Now, the C minor, again, we just find the minor triad. Okay, so yeah, that last bit went through all the chords in the piece. Yeah, okay, I'll go through the whole piece, playing the left hand in crotches so you can hear how that goes. We got... Right, okay, so practice that now. in your own time, just getting around all the chords. Now then, let's take the chords into different keys, just for the sake of practice. So that was the entire sequence that we're doing for sugar. Now then, C minor first of all. We found the minor triad, replace the C with 7 and 9. 2 steps below, 2 steps above. And of course we found the same chord in F. We found the F minor triad, replace the F with 2 steps below and 2 steps above. So we found 2 of these chords already. Now then, if we were to move to a D minor, similarly we'd find a D minor triad, and we would replace the D with 7, which is 2 steps below it, and 9, which is 2 steps above it. So that's a 7-9-3-5 for D minor. Can you find the same chord for C sharp minor? Okay, pause the video, and when you're ready, I'll explain. First of all, find the C sharp minor triad. Notice it's 3 steps between the bottom 2 notes and 4 steps between the top 2. C sharp minor triad. Replace the C sharp with the 7, which is down 2 steps, and 9, which is up 2 steps. Okay, and there's your C sharp minor 7 chord in 7-9-3-5. Supposing we wanted to find an E flat minor chord in 7-9-3-5. So you can do that now. Okay, so first we start off with an E flat minor triad, then we replace the E flat with the 7, which is down 2 steps, and the 9, which is up 2 steps, and that gives us this: D flat, F, G flat, and B flat. Okay, at this point perhaps see if we can find that chord for B flat, and maybe for A flat minor as well. Right, the next chord was, well, we just put our thumb down and for the A minor 7 flat 5 in sugar. We shan't look at that. We'll go on to the minor 7 flat 5 in the 3 flat 5 7 9 voicing. In sugar, we found the D minor triad, we left the bottom 2 notes, and we found 7 and 9 on top there. So, and then we flattened our 5th. So see if you can find this now for C. Okay, what you do, you find the C minor triad. We don't need the C because the left hand's going to play that for us, which is with 3 and 5. And then relative to the upper C, we find 7 and 9, which are down 2 steps and up 2 steps. There's our 3, 5, 7, 9. And finally, we just flattened the 5th. Well, this is 3, this is 5, so we just flattened the 5th. And this is the chord we're looking for. It's quite a sort of spooky chord, if you like. Miss Marple, whatever. Okay, and similarly, so you can find the chord for F now. When you're ready, we find the F minor triad. We let go of the F, leaving us with 3 and 5. Put 7, 9 on top, and which are 2 steps below the F and 2 steps above the F. And finally, we flatten the 5th. The C gets flattened to become a B, well, a C flat technically. So there's our F minor 7 flat 5. Okay, at this point, see if you can find an A minor 7 chord in 3 flat 5 7 9 voicing. Just to get you through it here, A minor triad. There's your 3 5. There's your 7 9. Flatten your 5, and there's your chord. Okay, and the next chord was a 7 chord in sharp 9, sharp 5 voicing. And for sugar, of course, that was this. We found the G major triad, and then we replaced G with 7 and 9, and then we sharpen 9 and sharpen 5. So for the C, we would find a C major triad. We would replace the C with 7 and 9, down 2 steps and up 2 steps. This is 7, 9, 3, 5. We would then sharpen the 9 and sharpen the 5. There's our chord. See if you can find this chord for F now. Okay, so we find an F major triad. replace the F with 7 and 9, down 2 steps and up 2 steps. This is 7, 9, 3, 5. So 7, 9, the G is our 9, we sharpen that. And the C is our 5, 7, there's our 5, we sharpen that. So we got E flat, G sharp, A, C sharp. And that's our F7 with a sharpened 9th and sharpened 5th. Okay, so those are the chords for the first 2 lines. Now, line 3 has got some interesting chords. We've got the 7 chord in 7, 9, 3, 6 voicing. If you remember, we found the F sharp chord, the F sharp major triad, and then we replaced the F sharp with 7 and 9, down 2 steps and up 2 steps, and finally we replaced the 5 with the 6, which is 2 steps higher. So we found the triad, we replaced the root, the 1, with 7 and 9, 2 steps down, 2 steps up. Finally, we replace 5 with a 6. See if you can do that for C. Okay, so you find a C major triad, replace the C with 7, which is down 2 steps, and 9, which is up 2 steps. And finally, replace the 5 with a 6, which is 2 steps higher. B flat, D, E, A. So this is our C7 chord in 7, 9, 3, 6 voicing. See if you can find the chord for that in B flat now. Okay, you find a B flat major triad, replace the B flat with 7, which is down 2 steps, and 9, which is up 2 steps, and finally replace the 5 with a 6, which is 2 steps above that. And see if you can find that voicing for A7. Right, you find the A major triad, replace the A with 7 and 9, 2 steps below, 2 steps above. Finally, replace the 5 with a 6. At this point, see if you can find that chord for E flat and maybe for D. Oh yes, find it for G as well. G is the nice one because it's all the white notes. In fact, I'll show you that one now. Find a G major triad, 7 and 9. Down 2 steps and up 2 steps, and then the 5 is replaced by a 6, which is up 2 steps. There you go. Right, and the final type of chord now was the sort of chord that we used for that E flat. Now, this was a 3, 6, 7, 9 voicing. Notice it's the same combination of notes as the chord we've just been looking at, which is the 7, 9, 3, 6. Only this time we've got the 3, 6 at the bottom and the 7, 9 at the top. Right, okay, so just to clarify that, we've just found this chord voicing now for the, so this is the 3, 6, 7, 9 voicing we'll be looking at. If I take these two, the 7 and 9 to the top, 7 and 9 there, you can see here we've got the same set of notes but a different order. This is 3, 6, 7, 9. This is the chord we're going to look at now. Okay, so we can find this one by first of all finding the triad. Well, yeah, for the sugar, we found the E flat major triad. We left off the E flat because we don't need that. The left hand's playing that, which leaves us with 3 and 5. Now, 7 and 9 are relative to the E flat, down 2 steps and up 2 steps. And finally, we can replace the 5 with a 6, which is up 2 steps. 1, 2. And that's the chord that we found for sugar. That's a 3, 6, 7, 9 for E flat. So working for the C, we'd find the C major triad first, let go of the C, and then we put 7 and 9 on top, relative to the upper C, down 2 steps and up 2 steps. And finally, we replace the 5, 3, 5, 7, 9, we'd replace the 5 with a 6, which is up 2 steps. Notice that's just below the 7. They're neighbours. Okay, right, okay, so if we look now at the chord for F, F major triad, there's 3 and 5, put 7 and 9 on top, replace the 5 with a 6, which is just 2 steps above it. There's the chord for F. Can you find the chord for G now? Okay, so here's your G major triad, and that we can let go of the G, which gives us 3 and 5. 7 and 9 are 2 steps each side of the upper G here, down 2 steps, up 2 steps. There's 3, 5, 7, 9 for G7. Then we can replace the D with this, which is the 5, with the 6, which is up 2 steps. Again, it's tucked in just below the 7. Okay. See if you can find that chord for B flat next. Here's a B flat major triad. Here's 3 and 5. There's your B flat. 7 is down 2 steps, and 9 is up 2 steps. And finally, we replace the 5 with the 6. This is B flat 7 in 3, 6, 7, 9 voicing. Right, I hope this has been helpful for you. The next video will be on a walking bass. Have fun with this video. It's rather long, but well worth the study.